below, and that'll take you to my website where you can purchase a personal private reading to get a little more clarity. Okay, so Scorpio, let's get started. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is really new beginnings in love coming for you for the month of June. It's a feeling of, hopefulness. It's the spring. It's, all the snow, the coldness moving away, and the water beginning to get warm, and, the trees and the flowers blooming. So, it's really just about, it's at the very beginning. So there could be someone new coming in for you for the month. Or there could be a establishment of a prior love relationship, and it could just be starting over again. Okay. Like I said, the ace is just always the beginning, so there's no way to tell. It's not permanent. It's just, like when you're taking off on a trip. It's like this is the liftoff card. Okay, so something will be starting, and it has to do with love. So it's a good card to get. Okay, so let's have a look at your reading here. Actually, I took a little bit of a look at it. I feel like for you Scorpios, I feel like there's someone from the past, because we have the Six of Cups here. So this card can be about a former lover, or someone that you were just that you're thinking of, someone that's could be very special to you. And I feel like this card usually represents someone coming back from the past, but because the way the layout is, and I read it in the beginning as kind of a past card or things that are in the back of your mind, I feel like this is someone that you've known or that you are thinking of from your past. And with the Three of Cups, wishing and hoping for a reunion with them. I don't know if there was a prior breakup, or a disconnect, or if you're single, someone that's on your mind that you are thinking of, but you are, you could be out socializing right now at this time in your life, or you could have, like, maybe towards the end of May, just been gathering with a lot of people. But I still see you here with the Six of Cups thinking about you're missing someone. All right. And that's pretty evident here with the Knight of Cups. And I'm going to just go with that. This is you. Okay. Your heart is longing, and knights are usually younger people. But I feel like what's really youthful is your emotions and your feelings in regards to someone that's been on your mind. So I feel like you're missing someone, and you're kind of wishing and hoping that there could be a chance to reconcile or come back together. And with the Judgment card here underneath, and this being in the center of the reading, this card can indicate reconciliation, because it's Judgment. This is a card about, Judgment. If you think of it in like religious terms, Judgment, is all of our past deeds and all of the things that we need to face, coming out in the light and facing them. And this card has a tendency in the tarot. There are maybe 5 or 6 cards that have to do with people coming back. So this card is definitely in relation to this reading and these cards prior, it is showing someone returning in the month of June. Okay, and this person has this energy, this Empress energy. This is someone that you admire very much. This person is very loving and very capable. Could be a mother, or if you're a male, if you're a female, it could be someone that's could be a someone with children. This is someone who is just very connected and very grounded, but full of love. The Empress is like probably the ultimate that we could hope to aspire to be. And I feel like with the Knight of Cups, the way it comes forward, that you are, and with it even sitting below the Six of Cups, okay, this is someone that you are, thinking of, reminiscing about, someone that you really hold true to your heart and that you're missing, okay? And it sits below that, and below the Empress, we have the Queen of Cups. So this person could be a water sign. They could be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. They could also, they don't have to be, but they could also have those signs. It could be the rising or moon sign. So I feel like either way, I kind of feel like this is really their energy, right? That they, coupled with the Empress, that they're very intuitive and very, contemplative and very peaceful, kind of passive type energy. And, they could even be a little, I was going to say psychic, but I don't know about so much about that, but they're dreamy. They're dreamy and they're dreamers, and I feel like you are dreaming about them, and I do get a sense that they're going to be returning to you. But we have the Three of Swords here, okay? So underneath the Knight of Cups, you're reminiscing about them and missing them also has a negative side to it, in that you are feeling like you've lost them in some way, okay? That perhaps they've walked away from you, okay? And so while you're thinking about all these wonderful positive things about them, at the same time, you're afraid that they may have left, or that they will come back to you, but then there's a chance that they could leave again, okay? So that's, really just following in suit with that. And that makes you, the Five of Cups, it makes you, you're very emotional. And so you're really, I feel like you're hoping that's not going to happen, but there's a chance that, it could, I feel like your fears could be greater than it actually happening. I don't really sense that they are, if they come back, that they're going to leave again, but I feel like the relationship between you might be a little of back and forth, okay? And I think it might be taking a toll on you personally, because I feel like this person in your life is very strong, independent type of a person. It just really is just so full of life and love and warmth and wisdom, and very connected to things. We have the Queen of Rods here. So underneath Judgment, I feel like this is, the Queen of Rods would be a fire sign. So that's Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. And whenever I look at the Queen of Rods, for some reason I always think of Leo. I think it's just because we have sunflowers and we have sun and we have all this yellow, and that's very indicative of a Leo card, but it doesn't have to be Leo. I feel like they could be returning to you, and there is a chance that they could be leaving again. But I actually feel that's more of a fear for you. I don't really feel like they're going to return and then they're just going to pick up and go again. I just feel like it's more of a fear, because perhaps that's been the way the relationship has been. Okay. If you're single and there hasn't been anyone, I feel like you could be thinking of someone from the past. It's kind of the same for, I feel like if you're in a relationship prior, or dating, or just connected to someone, I feel like they've been gone for a little bit. And if you're single, like completely single, I feel like it's the same message. And I do feel like you're longing for them and you're missing them and you're wanting the connection to come back again. The joyous the times that you spent together were so much joy. So I do see with the Judgment card that they will be returning in May. I'm sorry, in June. But I think your fears might be might keep you from opening up to them in a way. This could be your energy as well, the Queen of Cups, where, you might be keeping things within you. Maybe just because there's something that was going on within the relationship. I'm not really sure. But we have the Ace of Cups, so that I think you have this card to hold on to as far as keeping the faith. I think you need to keep the faith in this relationship. And even though, you could if you look at these cards, you see how dark they are and everything lines up, So here you are as the Six of Cups, reminiscing and thinking of someone, and that person, this is what they represent to you. There could also be a desire to have a child, or there could be a child involved in the situation, or someone could be expecting, okay? But I feel like you're reminiscing and thinking of them, man or woman, as the Empress, and also as similar to the Queen of Cup energy, where they're very very emotionally, you just have like maybe an emotional connection to them somewhere within you. And being next to the Queen of Rods, I feel like that's it's an earth fire sign. And like I said, I feel it's more to Leo, but underneath Judgment, whoever that person is, I see them returning. Next to the Three of Swords, I don't necessarily see them leaving, because even when I look at this card, it's a snapshot image of what would be implied of someone leaving, but they could just be walking and then take one step and stand still and not actually leave. But with the swords are usually about communication. So there could be a fear of communication breakdown. You could offer your love again to them and they could just kind of compartmentalize that in a mental way and not share their emotions. But I feel like they want to. I feel like they feel what you're feeling. I do sense that with the Queen of Cups. I just don't know if maybe they feel hurt as well. They might come back and then they might be feeling like, if I do, then we're going to separate again. There could be a lot of that. So the last card being the Five of Cups is not always the best card, but I think this is more of focusing on your fears and focusing on the negative, because if we didn't have these nice cups here in this bright light that are not shattered, okay, if we didn't have those and we just had this, then I could see that, oh, you're just going to be sad. But I think you have an option here, to not focus so much on your fears, but to focus on the beautiful light. This is positive and this is negative. So, and because this is a minor arcana card, this can be changed. You can affect this card with your own will. All right. So it's really up to you to make the decision if you want to be in the dark or in the light. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of how I feel. I mean, this really isn't a bad reading, because and like I said, if you're single, there could be someone coming in for you that you've known from the past who would be either a fire sign or it could be another water sign, But I think you really do admire this person greatly. Like they could be from the real distant past, or they could just be recent. So take your time and